When you are dealing with the right type of provider, they will send, if that client calls them to schedule, they will send that client right back to you.
And that is a healthy partnership, right?
A healthy partnership. Hey guys, welcome back to NEMT Van Talks. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Monica.
And we are the owners of an NEMT business located here in Southern California. Now, today we're going to talk about how we have built successful partnerships and how these partnerships have helped us advance our business. You may ask, what do you look for in a successful partnership? How do you build successful partnerships within the NEMT industry? So we're going to talk about that a little bit more. Now, I first want to start by discussing how important having good, healthy partnerships, how they really matter.
Yeah, I agree. I think we don't talk about it enough, right? I think we don't talk about really the importance of having those healthy partnerships and what they should look like. So, when we think about healthy partnerships, like we think about not only what we're providing them, but also it has to be mutual, right? And so it's not always about just us giving to them, but also just a really healthy, beneficial relationship, across the board. And so some of those things can look like, okay, for example, with other transportation providers, we collaborate with transportation providers right here in California. When we have an overload of trips, we may delegate those trips to other providers. And so that's a partnership, right? We're collaborating with them, and they do the same. And so I think those are opportunities that you want to think about when you're thinking about healthy partnerships. But talk a little bit more about how do you even approach a transportation provider with that idea? Because some people may not be open to it. It may not be receptive to saying, okay, I have an overload of trips. How do I reach out within my community to share that?
Honestly, I think it all starts by making sure that your vision and your mission align with one another, right? Because you can have another provider that has a NEMT business, but they could be dollar driven and not mission driven, right? So I don't want to work with a provider that's chasing a check. I want to work with a provider that is in this industry because they genuinely want to help people. Now, back to collaborating with other transportation providers around us. Yes, you're right. We do work with other providers. When we have that overflow, we send them, to our network of providers and vice versa. Now, I have to say, we've been able to build something quite amazing. I mean, I've heard people say, well, I'm not going to send, my client over to the next provider because they're just going to take my client. But we are examples of nope. It doesn't always happen that way. When you are dealing with the right type of provider, they will send, if that client calls them to schedule, they will send that client right back to you.
And that is a healthy partnership, right?
A healthy partnership, So I think that, it is important to have those healthy partnerships, especially if you're thinking about scaling your business, right? Because we all know it's expensive to operate an NEMT business, bring on additional vehicles, get insurance. And if you don't have a consistent trip flow, but you're having a couple of calls come in here and there and you only have a limited amount of vehicles, collaborating with another provider can really help you grow your business. And so I think it kind of go both ways. But also, healthy collaboration, we've had healthy partnerships with transportation brokers. We talk to you guys all the time, you know, hitting over 6 figures in our NEMT business with working with one broker. You know, you do have brokers that, you know, they don't want to hear what you got to say. They don't want your input. That's not healthy. You want to work with, and we're talking about brokers, you want to work with a broker that is going to collaborate with you. Shared mission, right? It's not just about them, it's about, okay, how can, and I'm talking like a broker, how can I help you in your transportation business so that you can scale while doing our trips, right? That's healthy. That's healthy. Not just, or giving you resources, giving you trainings so that you can,
and like you, one of the things you mentioned too, being open to your feedback, because a lot of times you call with the concern, like some brokers would immediately shut you down, but those brokers that value the relationship that you all have, they are open to hearing your feedback. How can we make this better? What can we do differently? And I know we talk about brokers all the time, and people have mixed feelings and mixed opinions whether or not they want to work with brokers. Not all brokers are bad. Let me be the first to say that. There are some brokers out there that are pleasant to work with. You just have to really, you know, you have to get in there and figure out who's who and who.
Find your person.
Right.
Find your person.
Yes. And I think that, well, I know for a fact, because I mean, it happened within our business. Like, yes, there are some brokers, we wouldn't work with them for anything in the world. Like, it just wouldn't happen. We probably had that relationship before, no longer, you know, interested in having that relationship any longer. So again, there are certain brokers that, like, yes, we work with, we value the partnership that we have established, and it works.
And we were able to scale our business. So, you know, that is what a successful partnership looks like. Now, also, just to give you another example, because now it's taking me back. This video is taking me back, right? Because I'm thinking about the successes, the wins that we've had in our business. You know, we started with one skilled nursing facility. This particular nursing facility would have clients coming from other facilities coming to visit their facility to see if the family liked the facility, if the client felt comfortable in the environment before they made the final decision. So we were able to build a partnership with this skilled nursing facility. We provided an experience for that client, transporting them from one facility to their facility, and we made sure that that client had an amazing experience, which in turn really helped them, you know, push the needle over when it came to deciding if they were going to make the switch and stay at the other skilled nursing facility. But that became a very healthy partnership. So this particular location had multiple locations nationwide, and we were able to do the same thing, secure other contracts at their other facilities. So, you know, success in collaboration does happen. And that is just a few of our wins that we've had in collaborating with providers, brokers, and, you know, other organizations.
Yeah, I agree. It's truly important that you do collaborate too, especially like you said, if you want to grow and expand your business. You can't do it alone.
You can't.
You need a team.
And I didn't answer your question, and I just thought about it. When you asked me, how do you approach other transportation providers that you want to collaborate with? It all starts by doing your research. Doing your research, right? You don't want to go into anything blind. That's just in life, period. See what services they're offering. Go online. See what services they're offering. See how their vision, their mission aligns with what you have going on, right? And then, you know, give them a call. You know, my name is Jasmine. I operate a NEMT business here in Orange County, and I see that, you know, you're about 15 miles away from me. I would love, you know, to build some type of connection or some type of relationship with you. You know, maybe you're in the learning stages. Maybe you know, you just want a friend to talk to about the ins and outs, the challenges. Be very transparent and very genuine and connecting with the fellow NEMT provider. But like you always say, don't make it about you. make it about us
and how we both can gain. But also, just to go back on what you just mentioned about that and the collaborations that we do have with other NEMT providers, like I'm just really in awe, because to be honest, you know, we were hesitant, like when we did, like we went back and forth, okay, should we refer this person, what does this mean, like will this person reach out to them if they decided to book again in the future? And I'm so grateful that those partnerships that we did establish, those providers, they reach out to us and say thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you looking out for us. Like that really make.
No, I just posted on Instagram, our student. I referred 2 clients to our student.
Even with
one
her,
of our students last week. And she sent such a professional.
The email. Yes, yes, the email. And that's what I'm saying. Like those little things, like just getting an email just saying thank you for thinking about my business, because we don't have to do that and they don't have to do it for us, but you know, that just goes to show in this industry you're not alone. You can't do it by yourself. And so collaboration is big, is huge. And when we always say, like, no, you're not competition, because there's enough money to go around, right? There's enough opportunity to go around. Like, yeah, we may give, you know, 1 or 2 clients, maybe more than that, away per week, but look what we gained in return, right? By giving away those small number of trips, whatever, throughout the week. Like, you know, we gain it back. You know, we get it right back. And so, you know, that's what it truly means to have a healthy partnership within this industry. You have to help out, you know, your fellow, you know, NEMT providers.
That's true. And you have to get out there, network, and create opportunities for yourself. I mean, I think about another successful partnership with the lady who operates the medical equipment. You know, she does medical equipment. She has beds. She has anything you can think of, and she was getting an influx of people that were looking for transportation. You know, so she refers clients to us. We refer clients to, you know, her organization when they're looking for, you know, medical equipment. So, you know, definitely you want to position your business for growth. And in order to do that, you have to get out there and you have to form those partnerships. So, you know, Monica and I are big on community. I say that all the time. We've been, you know, great at creating community, and we took it a step further. We are having our NEMT networking mixer on August the 24th. Like, this is your opportunity to get in the space, network, collaborate, create opportunities for yourself. You know, most importantly, let me ask you, what are you looking to gain from the NEMT networking mixer in August? What type of collaborations are you looking for?
What type of partnerships are you looking for? Like, I hope that is something on the agenda. Like, and that's truly the purpose of attending networking events. Like, you know, you want to be able to gain those healthy relationships. And so you should think about that before you even step into that space. What type of partnership are you looking for in that space? You know?
Yeah, that's good that you pointed that out. But, you know, that's just, you know, we shared a couple of our wins with you. There has definitely been so much more, some things that we've lost or missed our mark on. But like you said, healthy partnerships and collaboration are key. Till next time.
All right, ciao.